Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everybody. My name is Ulaya Adiani. I'm from Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, Yogyakarta, and here I'm with my colleague, Sri Winyati. And in this occasion, we will present our research entitled Digital Literacy as a Model for Cultural Preservation Using Artificial Intelligence. Now, let me share the presentation. Okay. And our team is actually consists of three persons. We are all lecturers. And me, myself, Ulaya Akiani, is a lecturer from the Faculty of Literature, Culture, and Communication, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan. And then the other two is from Faculty of Industrial Technology, Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, Ibu Sri Winiarti, and Pak Taufik Ismail. Our research is focusing on the concept of digital literacy, which we know that there are four concepts in digital literacy. There are digital skills, digital culture, digital ethics, and digital safety. As we know that in digital skill, we are expected to be able to use and utilize technology to access information. Technology referred here is the software or hardware and existing network infrastructure. In our case, the digital skill here is the developing of the software or application to identify the architectural building. And the next step is the digital culture. It is a form of community activity in the digital space while still having national insight, Pancasila values, and diversity. In this case, our concept is to preserve the culture and the philosophy of the architectural buildings. In our case, it's the Malay traditional building, so that the people or the architect can recognize the building as well as the other people and make use the concept and the philosophy if they want to build other buildings and they will not lose the meaning. The function may different, but the meaning will stay the same. And the next step is the digital ethic. This is the ability to be aware of considering and developing digital ethical governance or etiquette in everyday life. In this case, we are in collecting the data, we are not only taking pictures from the traditional buildings, but we are also uh, asking to other uh, experts in culture and in the traditional building to explain about the philosophy of the building so that when we want to preserve the building through this software, we will not lose the meaning or the philosophical values of the traditional Malay building. And then the digital safety is the concept encompassing a set of measures, policies, and technologies aimed at protecting the critical data, systems, and information from cyber threats. And the next slide is actually what I have already explained previously about the its step in concept of digital literacy, which is the digital skill that we build a software or we develop a software or application to identify a traditional Malay building. And then the digital culture is the design of the traditional building, which is preserved in the digital form so that other people can easily use this digital form to identify the building and adapt while they need the building into similar other buildings. And the digital ethics, the software will preserve the design so that it will not change the meaning, but can redefine the function. And in this step, we base not only on the pictures, but also from other sources as experts in traditional Malay building. While in digital safety, our software that we build actually does not reach into the digital safety. So, and the concept of digital literacy, we only propose three steps of the digital literacy. Next is about the result of our research is that the first one is the digital ethics. This is the step that we take, not only taking pictures of the buildings, but we also asking to the experts that they explain about the philosophical values of the buildings, which they want to maintain. Maybe the form can be different, but the meaning and the philosophical values will stay the same. And this one is in the digital ethics and the digital culture, because uh, the aim of this research is actually we want to preserve the value of the traditional Malay buildings into digital form, so that maybe hundreds of years later, people, maybe they will not see the building, but they still can see, or they can still feel, or they can still touch the what is it, the sample of the building through this application. So maybe the building will not be there anymore, but they can still see or touch or feel the sample of the building through this artificial intelligence. And in the step of digital scale, the data that we take from pictures and also from other sources has been tested and also trained so that the validation of the data is maintained. We will not be able to validate the data without separating the data in and train the data before we build that into the system. And now in the and the next step is for the architect, for the architect who wants to build the similar building with the traditional Malay, they can learn, they can study from our system, from our application, that what is it, about the philosophical values, about the function of the building, and also the the meaning of the building through cultural point of view. And not actually this application is not only for the architect but also for common people. I mean, from those who do not want to build the building, also they can learn by using this application to study about traditional buildings, traditional Malay buildings. And these are some examples of the data that we take from pictures. The data is divided into classes. The first one is the roof. We take pictures from the roof, and then from the from the motif of the roof, and then also from the form of the roof. Then we can make it into the system, into the application, so that they can understand what is the meaning of the motif, what is the philosophical values of the color, what is the meaning of the form of the roof. So that happen also in the pillar and the window. So these three class of data we take from the real building, and after we make it into a model, and with some additional explanation from the experts, then we make it into a model so that this what is it? This application or this system can recognize when they meet with certain building, they can recognize whether this building is actually the Malay traditional building or not by identifying these three class of data from the roof, from the pillar, and from the window. And as what I have already mentioned previously, that this research has resulted in a digital literacy model to identify traditional Malay buildings using digital literacy principles. First one is digital skills, the development of the application, and then digital cultural, which is the preservation of the value of the culture, and also digital ethics. This is the process that we make this model is not only from pictures, but we also make some kind of explanations from the experts. And then the communication model is created in the form of software that uses the concept of machine learning, which is part of the science of artificial intelligence. In this research, digital safety aspects have not been implemented because the security is from the network is hidden. And we have already carried out some evaluation that the result of the evaluation by system can detect the similarity of Malay buildings by 98.77%. It means that it is close to real. It is close to it is close to real that we by identifying the data set that we have already implemented, we can identify from the system that whether this one is a traditional Malay building or other traditional buildings. Okay, I think that's all from the presentation from our research. I hope that we can explain the result of our research as clearly as possible. And since there is no discussion, so if there is any question, then I think you can email us, yeah, and okay, that's all from us. Then I will end this presentation. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.